Awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome. 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 We got Constance here. I say we mastered technology. She's joined us.
Yay.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Well, welcome to Super Storytime Live.
Thank you so much for having me here, Jane. I'm so excited to be here. Yay.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited you're here too. Your new book, can I just say, Itty Bitty Betty Blob is so stinking cute. She is adorbs.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm kind of enamored of her too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she is super cute. So we've got a fun lineup for everyone today because we've got Itty Bitty Betty Blob. Hey, Meredith, welcome. Say we're talking books, Super Storytime Live. Say today I'm going to read my book, Miss Meow, which I picked because I feel like they go together.
You gotta coordinate color-wise.
Exactly. Got a little book coordination going on here. I love it. I love it. Well, I want to hear more about Itty Bitty Betty Blob. So tell us a little bit about your new book.
Yes, this book came about because I was thinking about, I think I read a prompt about bringing opposites together as a way to brainstorm. And I thought about, well, it'd be fun to write something kind of school-centered. And I thought, picture day was always really fun. I don't think I've seen too many books about picture day, but, how to mix that up. And I thought about different ways to mix it up. And finally, I thought, well, what if it was a monster school? Instead of smiling, they're all supposed to growl and look grouchy and show their fangs. So that was kind of the germ of it. And this book was actually originally called Picture Day at Monster School.
Aww.
Yeah. And then the more I wrote it and worked with my editor, and we realized, Itty Bitty Betty Blob was really the star of the story.
Well, the title is super fantastic. It's so cute and it's fun to say, which I kind of feel like with kids' books, I mean, if you've got a title that's fun to say, you're already halfway there, right?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I think it's fun too. Itty Bitty Betty Blob.
I love that one. I love the monster school. I mean, you're speaking to my heart there. I love all the little critters and all the little characters at the school. They're so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep saying in my talks I've been doing that I don't like monsters when they're scary, but I like them when they're cute and goofy.
I love that. I love that. Well, so in this experience with this book, you wrote this one, but even though you're an illustrator, this book, it just worked out that you have, someone else, Micah Player, who of course is very talented and awesome, did the artwork for the book.
I was so lucky to get Micah, and we're both represented by the same agent, Lori Nowicki, and so she thought it would be great to bring us together. And Jill, I think, had always wanted to work with Micah anyway, and I know I had wanted to work with Micah because I've long been a fan of his work. So, I was thrilled that came together so beautifully. And yes, I like to illustrate, but I mostly like to illustrate books that are about cats.
That's true.
Yeah,
because all
you have a Meow.
Yes, that's true. That's so funny because also you have your middle grade series. That's the
Mr.
The
Puffball.
Yes, Mr. Puffball. That's. I had never put it together that all your illustrated ones are literally all cats.
It's all about the cats. Yes, I was talking when I was working on Mr. Puffball with my editor, the wonderful Jill Davis. There was a section in that book where I had to draw some dogs because we had to bring in some, conflict with the dogs, of course. And I was saying something about how dogs were harder to draw. And she said, well, cats have those naturally flat faces anyway. So they really lend themselves to cartooning and paintings. And that's why I think, well, that's not why. We all love cats, except those of us who don't.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's you're either team cat or team dog. I mean, I'm definitely team cat, shocking, right? Miss There's Meow. I admit I'm actively not a dog person, sadly.
Oh,
but
I'm actually
maybe if they're tiny, a tiny one maybe.
I know. We have some very cute Chihuahuas in our neighborhood. I've become a fan of some of the cute little dogs. I have a beagle actually, so I'm both. I like cats.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say I feel like you have a beagle, and his name Louie.
His name's
Am I remembering?
Louie. He's sleeping. All right, bring team dog over there. All right.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and Meryl's chiming in. Of course, I know he's team dog. Of course. I love that.
Dogs are very loving.
Yeah. Well, they're very loyal, right? Like that's the classic with dogs. Yeah. They're very loyal.
Definitely.
I totally love that. So with Betty coming out, when's her actual release date? Did it already?
Oh, she's out. She's out.
She's out. Yes. So she's officially out.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. So
yeah, June 4th, I think was the.
Okay.
Don't have to remember numbers, but.
It's a summer release.
Recently. To say that.
That is cool. So what kind of stuff have you been doing to get Betty out in the world?
I've been visiting some great bookstores. I went to Quail Ridge in Raleigh, and I was lucky enough to go to Brooklyn. And I went to Books Are Magic, which is a wonderful bookstore in Brooklyn. And that's my old neighborhood, so it was really especially fun to be there.
That is sweet. That's so nice. You gotta love it when you get to go back
nice.
There. Yeah.
I love New York.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do you have anything new that's coming up with Betty?
Well, there's a few things coming up. There's a book festival I should have written stuff down because I have no memory for numbers and dates, but there's a wonderful book festival in Burnsville in the fall.
And that's North Carolina.
North Carolina, Burnsville, North Carolina. And it's a really fun book festival. It's called the Carolina Mountains Literary Festival, I believe. And I'll post about it for sure, but that's going to be really fun. I'm actually doing that I'm going to turn away for a minute. I'm doing that with my friend, Lauren Conrad, who did this new book. This is a window, beautiful, very poetic. She's a great writer and illustrator. So yeah, and so I always like to team up with people.
That makes it more fun. I think
yes,
people love the team up. We love the team up.
Yes, I'm such an extrovert. It's like give me an excuse to hang out with someone.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think if you can manage to pull us out of our studios, if we have like a buddy, like the buddy system, then we're more confident, like buddy being system. A little extroverted.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, I can make a parallel that a lot of my friends are introverts because I have all those nerdy library and bookseller kind of friends. And I'm an extrovert. So just like Betty's upbeat in a world of monster, I'm like the extrovert in a world of introverts.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, so that means then like doing the book events is really your sweet spot.
Yes, I love it. And and when I go to Burnsville, I'm going to be doing some school visits too. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some school visits locally, and I'm super excited about that. I love talking to kids.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you're going to have fun. And this is such a fun one to share.
Oh, because
it's so cute. And it's got a real visual punch to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He did a wonderful job with the sort of limited palette and the way the book progresses, as you'll see, from more of the black and white into the full color and all the pinks and other fun colors.
You should show too that underneath the packet wrap.
I was going to do that at the
end. Okay, then I won't spoil the surprise.
Spoiler!
Everyone has to definitely stick around to the end because there is a very cute surprise at the end with Betty that is irresistible.
You'll be amazed.
Yes, and anyone who's a designer too, you got to love the extra design details.
Yeah.
A lot of fun when they have the budget to do some fun things like
what's coming up.
So
Hippo Park, they were just amazing with everything they brought to this book and make everyone work together. You know, it's a team effort.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, and your editor, Jill Davis, there, you've been together for several books. You guys have a long history together.
We absolutely do. So we've done every this is my 6th book, and I've done every book with her, and we just totally get each other, and we will meet and do editing together. You know, we'll read it through, and she'll go, and I'll say, yeah, and we'll say, well, what about that? Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
We're perfect.
Honestly, I feel like that's the dream for a lot of creatives, is to have that partnership with an editor where you're very invested in the relationship together and making books together. I don't feel like that happens as commonly these days, especially with editors changing houses much more frequently than I recall earlier in my career.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit more of an old-fashioned, older trend or relationship, that you would have that one editor that you're with, and we're really simpatico. And I remember the first time I talked to her, because at that point, of course, I was pre-published, and I was talking to a big-time New York editor, and I was, nervous.
Yes,
hoping that she would love Mr. Puffball, and I got on the phone with her, and we immediately started chatting and laughing and talking about our kids and talking about all our favorite books, and wow, I do feel very lucky to have made that.
That's awesome.
Connection. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I feel like we should read our books.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you guest choice if you would like to read first or if you'd like to read second.
I think I would like to read first.
All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Sounds awesome.
Because I know, and there's always that little bit of figuring this out, because I'm gonna do backwards. I'm gonna go backwards now. Okay. Right?
We are here to be on your team.
We're
and actually just for the reading, I'm going to turn comments off so that we can see your book a little bit better.
Okay, let me see if I can get this happening the best possible way as far as setting it up. And thank you for what you said about comments. That sounds smart. I don't know. Does that work? Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay.
See it. Although I guess I'm going to leave comments up because they have changed their buttons. So the button I usually use to turn them off isn't there. So we will wing it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Well, everyone will be very, very nice.
Awesome.
Oh, there's you can see him in the background. My favorite thing is Monsters, which is one of my favorite books.
Oh, I love it.
That's a great graphic novel. All right. Itty Bitty Betty Blob. Let's see if I can make this work. Oh, and there's really fun end pages.
So cute.
And then it's a little horror movie looking. Itty Bitty Betty Blob. I love the fonts. Okay, I'll try not to comment and just read, because I can just blah, blah, blah. Itty Bitty Betty Blob was not your typical monster. While typical monsters stomped in storms, Betty rejoiced at rainbows. While typical monsters trampled tulips, Betty danced among the dandelions. At school, Itty Bitty Betty Blob wanted to be bad, like a good little monster. Oh, here she is trying. Oh, and here she is at Goulington Academy, trying to be bad.
Oh, Betty, you're so cute.
She just can't stop being cute. But it didn't work. In art class, nothing came out ugly. During chorus,
That's what I
like your love. Her girls turned into girl la la la. And soon it would be picture day, when all the little monsters furrowed their brows and flashed their fangs for the camera. But no matter how hard she scrunched her face, Betty's grimace was never grim enough. Her mom tried to be helpful. Try one of these fierce frocks, Betty. They're frightful. Fierce is not me, thought Betty.
Oh, Betty.
Oh, Mom, I look positively putrid. Betty practiced making perfect picture day faces. How's this, Mom? Keep trying, little Bob. How about now, Mom? A little better, sort of. This one? You'll get it, dear. Isn't the mom nice?
I love your mom voice you're doing.
That's my actual mom voice. All too soon, the terrible day arrived.
Oh, Betty.
Betty, wake up. It was time to go to school. I love that.
She's like, I am not ready, man.
It was time to go to school and face picture day. On the way, Betty was imagining how horrendous all her classmates would look. They all fit perfectly in our dreary little town. When suddenly she spied something adorable. A puff. She had to follow it. Hey, who are you? See if we can get a look at that puff.
He's so
Puffing
cute.
Puffing, I know.
He's like
I
meant
love the puff.
to be with Betty. I'm feeling it.
Oops. The puff darted this way and that, deeper and deeper into the forest. Betty, look how she's a blob. She can squish right under that. Betty followed right. She's blobbing under it. Betty followed right behind it until she discovered something extraordinary. Wow. She found herself in a place as bright on the outside as she felt on the inside. Look at all those happy little pups. Oh no, oh no, oh no. The first puff gave Betty a flower. Oh, thank you. So pretty. Then the rest sprang into action, helping Betty become more Betty. Ding dong, bing bong, the school bell. Betty was going to be late for picture day. Off she raced. All the way to school. I'm here. Who's that? I think it's Betty. So good. Betty, you're late. Get in line. Her classmates were already lined up. Scowl for the camera, monsters. That's the creature from the Black Lagoon kind of photographer.
Totally.
I know. I love them. Say bees, said the photographer. Bees, click. Fleas, click. Scabby bees, Who's next? Finally, it was Betty's turn. Scowl for the camera. Betty closed her eyes. She took a deep breath. Say bees, said the photographer. But instead of bees, what's she gonna say? Instead of bees, Betty said, bees. Click.
I love
The
it.
little puffs come out. The puffs zoomed around, tickling the heads, chins, and eyeballs of all the little monsters. The whole place erupted in giggles. The teacher began to yell, "Stop this giggling! You are monsters!" It's that nice thick paper that's a little hard to... In their cutest voices, the puffs repeated, "Monsters, monsters, monsters." And that made the teacher laugh too. Click. It's such a special page.
It's
The
so
whole
sweet.
class. Click. When the monsters left school that day, they all felt a little less typical. Nice dress, Betty. It was the best picture day ever. And Betty was grateful for her new friends. Thank you for everything. Goodbye. I want to be a puff. I want to be a puff living in the forest, especially now. In the days that followed, Betty felt more and more like she could be totally Betty. Betty. And when the school picture finally arrived, Betty held her breath. Do you like it, Mom? Mom's really studying it. I love it, Betty. It's so perfectly you. And there they are hanging it on the wall.
Oh, Betty. She's so herself. I love it.
So herself. And on the last page, I'm going to pick it up so you can see it. Oh, no, that didn't I cover the camera? That was dumb. Whoops.
Nope.
I can't even figure this out. Okay. Micah Player put a Post-it that says Picture Day at Monster School, which was the original title, like I told you. So I love that. He's a good guy. He's a great artist and a great guy, too. And now I'm just going to show you what's under the dust jacket.
Special.
Yay! A riot of color.
Oh, I love it. It's
Yay.
so cute. I love that switch from like black and white monster movie vibes to like cute explosion.
Cute explosion. That definitely has to be a book.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Yay! I love Betty. She's awesome.
Thank you.
That is so cool. Well, thank you for sharing Betty with us. I love it.
Thank you. I loved reading it. That was fun. I like listening to you laughing. That makes me happy.
Well, you're so good with the voices. I feel like, I don't know that I can bring the voices like you, Constance.
I should have been a movie star, right?
You should have been.
I thought about it.
You missed your... That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing Betty with us. I say, and we have one more story.
Yay.
I say, I'm going to give you a little Miss Meow action to follow up Betty. And Miss Meow is one of my books. So I'm going to flip the camera and we'll do our second story.
Excellent.
All right. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Miss Meow by me. Jane Smith. Yay! Kitty, kitty, kitty.
I love that.
Aw, thanks. Miss Meow by me, Jane Smith. Ooh. Meow. That's cat for hello. This is Miss Meow. She's a cat. Can't you tell?
There's some clues.
Miss Meow loves to cuddle. If you pet her between her ears, she will purr really loud. She's an expert hunter. She chases her mouse. Miss Meow is very fast.
Nice.
She refuses to take a bath. She'd rather lick herself clean. Miss Meow hates being wet. I know quite a few cats like that.
Louie doesn't like being wet either.
Oh no! Miss Meow loves napping in the sunshine on her pillow bed. It smells like her, and her smell warns intruders to stay away. She laps water from her water dish and nibbles cheese crackers from her food bowl. If anyone even thinks about stealing her snacks, Miss Meow hisses at them. Hiss! And you might notice there's a little buddy outside.
Oh.
Just saying. She scratches anyone who pulls her tail, even if it's her little brother Felix. And it's always Felix. Hiss! Beware of cat! Keep out! Miss Meow is territorial. She chases off intruders and protects all her favorite things.
It's so cute.
Oh
no!
Her mouse!
Oh no!
What happened to Miss Meow's mouse? Miss Meow's fur stands straight up. Her ears flatten against her head. She knows who did this, who always does this. Mom! Look what Felix did, she yells. Miss Meow stalks towards her brother, pointing her claw. Miss Meow's food bowl has been knocked over. Cheese crackers are scattered across the floor. Crunch! Grr, she growls. Look what you did now! My snack is ruined!
Aww.
She is so upset.
Yeah. She looks really mad.
Mom picks up Felix. What's going on, Miss Meow? She asks. Miss Meow howls in frustration and scratches at the floor with her foot. Whoops! She slips on a wet patch. Miss Meow lands hard on all fours. Meow! Felix wiggles down. Look, he calls out. A mysterious trail of wet paw prints paces across the kitchen floor. Miss Meow springs to her feet and prowls down the hall. The paw prints disappear into her room. Miss Meow peeks inside. There's a sopping wet intruder sleeping on her pillow bed.
Cute.
Two Miss Meows! Felix shrieks with delight. Startled, the soggy stray cat lifts his head and freezes. Whoosh! Quick as a lightning flash, the cat streaks out the door. That mouse-destroying, snack-spilling, bed-ruining bugaboo, thinks Miss Meow. Come back here, she caterwauls as she chases after him. They bolt through the living room. They race across the playroom. They dart around and around the dining room until... Screech! They skid to a stop in the kitchen. Miss Meow has him cornered. The stray cat claws at the window, desperate to escape. Meow, he wails. Miss Meow's heart softens. The stray cat is shivering.
Aww.
He hates being wet, too.
So
Miss Meow recognizes that feeling.
Yes.
Here, kitty. It's okay, she coos softly. Miss Meow holds out her hand to show she is friendly. Felix crawls up next to Miss Meow. I'm sorry, Felix, Miss Meow whispers. Felix purrs. The stray cat approaches cautiously and sniffs. Then he rubs his head under her hand. Miss Meow pets him between his ears. He purrs really loud. Suddenly, the cat snatches up her mouse. Felix and Miss Meow giggle as fluff flies everywhere. It turns out the territory in Miss Meow's heart is bigger than she thought.
Oh, that's a beautiful last line. I love it.
Thank
That
you.
was such a sweet, lovely story, and I love the way you drew that the Miss Meow and the stray cat, both so cute. And what a wonderful message of learning compassion and opening your heart.
Yes, to the little buddy that comes in.
I'm wondering if that was inspired by a cat in your life, since you said you're a cat person.
Oh, well, I don't have any cats anymore because the husband is allergic, but I had...
Is that really worth it?
You're hilarious. Oh my God. But I did have cats as a kid growing up, and my beloved cat was a giant Maine Coon named Fox.
Oh, they're so special.
I know they are, aren't they? He was huge. He was genuinely huge. He was like 25 pounds.
Wow.
He was like 4-inch, thick, long fur. I mean, he was and he was the most gentle, easygoing cat ever.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I loved him
name?
very much.
What was his name?
His name was Socks, after the Beverly Cleary book.
Classic.
Yeah. Well, my mom was a school librarian, so so that's how we got his name. Was from the Beverly.
Which books have socks?
The Beverly Cleary book.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like the little novel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's fantastic, obviously. Well, that was so fun. Thank you.
Of course.
I enjoyed that.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that we were able to get together and read books today. Oh my gosh. And Laura out in the audience is loving Beverly Cleary. You know you love it. You know you love Socks the novel. Totally. That's so awesome. Well, thank you to everyone for joining us. Hey, Stina, thanks for coming. We're at the end here. And Rachel's joining us too. So we read Miss Meow and Constance read.
Oops. Grab it now.
Itty Bitty Betty Blob.
Yay! Check it out.
Yeah. And so if everyone listening, if you enjoyed Miss Meow and Itty Bitty Betty Blob, please consider leaving a review on Goodreads or maybe your favorite retailer's website. It always really helps a lot to help people find these books. So if you're feeling it, we totally appreciate it. And if people want to learn more about your books and everything, all your events and everything going on, where should they find you, Constance?
Well, they can look on my website, which is just constancelombardo.com, or follow me on Instagram. I always announce all my events. And I guess that's probably included on, or it's just Constance Lombardo. I'm so easy to find.
Well, your name is distinctive, so they'll definitely be able to find you.
You can find me so easy. Yes. And I was going to say also, Jane, thank you so much for having me here, of course. And also, if people want to be supportive, also asking for the books at your local library is also really helpful, or your local independent bookstore, anything. We appreciate all and any support and interest.
Definitely.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Knock
Careful
things
there, Betty.
over. Dramatic ending.
Definitely. Well, and as always, you can always find everything Super Jane at superjane.com. All the books and tons of free kids activities and all that good stuff. I also have a super fun newsletter called Super Readers Club. So if you're feeling it, that's another fun thing over on Substack. That's just at superreadersclub.com. There's lots of free activities, comics, book news, and a mini interview with Constance in the latest edition too, which is super fun. And for Stina's question about the whole video, this is actually going to be my first time trying to save the recording of the story time. So fingers crossed, the goal is to share the video. So Constance and I managed to do technology to get us this far.
Yay.
So hopefully I will get us to, yes, people can watch the video after the fact. So
yes.
That's the plan. That's the dream. That's what we're going for.
The dream. You got this. Thank you.
Exactly. So once again, thank you to Constance for joining us. Thanks to all of you guys out there for tuning in. I love having you here. And Super Storytime Live will be back in August on Wednesday, August 14th. And same time, same place. And I don't know who our guest is yet, so it'll be a surprise.
Yay, mystery guest.
Yes, exactly. Gotta love the mystery guest. Okay, so I hope everyone has an awesome day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for listening.
Yay! We love Betty.
Aw, Betty loves you.